I'm Sarah Gore and this is Open House NYC. Today we are touring some fabulous properties with the design teams behind them, including this majestic penthouse high above downtown Manhattan. And we're in the hills just outside Austin, Texas, at a home constructed around these southern views. Plus, we are picking up good vibrations with a pair of California properties, including this one in Venice and then this Malibu hilltop home with Pacific Ocean views. But before all that, we're with designer Garrow Kedigian inside this bachelor pad that more than makes up for its lack of scale with design drama at every turn.
No space is too small for design drama is my mantra.
Welcome to Open House NYC. This week we are joining designers on a few of their newest projects, and we are getting started on the Upper West Side at this pied-à-terre designed by Garrow Kedigian. We have definitely checked in with Garrow quite a few times over the years, and if there's one thing we've learned is he loves design drama, especially in smaller spaces. And this dapper dwelling definitely has drama to spare. Check out how Garrow created a versatile home that feels bigger than it is, using high-gloss paint, mirrors, and built-in seating that accentuate the light yet maintains a mood that's both mysterious and playful.
Hi, I'm Garrow Kedigian, New York City interior designer, and I want to welcome you to this fabulous Upper West Side pied-à-terre apartment. Even though I don't look it, I've been designing apartments in New York City for over 25 years. And some of my favorite projects are actually apartments for bachelors and bachelorettes. Because they're always more open to edgy design concepts, and I love to push the envelope. And though the apartment's not large, it does pack a huge punch. And no space is too small for design drama is my mantra. So as usual, high gloss everything. It started in the entrance foyer, which was a very enclosed space, and I wanted to open it up and connect it to the main living area. But to respect the style of the building, which is Art Deco, I put in these stepped wall panels. It takes a lot of work, but the result is worth it. Coating the ceilings and the walls in high gloss panels actually makes a small space feel airy and open. Over the dining nook, I designed this built-in architectural mirror, which reflects the window, which is basically opposite from it. And underneath the built-in mirror, I added this upholstered banquette, which maximizes the space and makes it feel a little bit more cozy. And this simple, modern Danish table prevents the space from feeling too fussy. And I bookended the dining area with these fabulous swing arm lights. And these lights not only look great, but they help make the space more versatile. Color is also a very important trick to my trade, and I use it very boldly. For instance, I use this powerful cherry red coffee table to anchor the living area. Although it's small in scale, it has tremendous power. I mirrored the L-shaped banquette from the dining room with this sectional. The upholstery is custom made, designed by me, smaller scale so that it doesn't overtake the room, and I sprinkled some color with some pillows all over. And because my client is an avid chef, I wanted the kitchen to be integral to the rest of the apartment and to his daily life. So I used this oversized opening, which also acts as a bar counter. And because I know how bachelors are, they're always a mess, I wanted to have the opportunity to be able to close off this space. And I used this beautiful marble with a waterfall detail on the edge because it gives this tiny space some grandeur. I like to use mirror on the backsplash in kitchens often, but it's especially true when you have a small kitchen because it opens up the space. And when designing with mirror, one always has to be very careful about reflections. So this is why I chose to put a stone slab behind the sink area. And another great thing about mixing mirror with elegant stone is that it really makes the space feel like a bar. After all, it is a bachelor pad. Part of the reconfiguration of this apartment included turning 2 closets into this corner home office. To keep the space open and make it feel bigger than it actually is, I repeated the concept of the pocket doors from the kitchen. And to give this workspace its own personality, I painted it a deep terracotta color. The main wall of the study features a built-in desk, and in this other corner I put this small-scale custom-made sofa. And just to have a little fun with scale, I put this oversized light fixture in the center of the room. I took my cue for the design of the master bedroom space from this fantastic chandelier that we found in the Paris flea market. The turquoise orbs on the ends of the starburst light fixture were my inspiration for the sharp blue color I used on the walls of the bedroom. To give the space a sense of architecture, I added these simple grid panels on the walls. And a whimsical, modern chair in the corner acts as a sculptural element. And a pair of Eastern-influenced red lacquered bedside tables add a little bit of color. I generally don't like to design rooms around TVs. Here I discovered this fabulous TV flip-around mechanism that allows you to put a piece of art on one side and have the TV on the other. When designing a small space, you have to make the most of everything. There literally isn't any room for error. I hope you've enjoyed this tour of this wonderful jewel box apartment on the Upper West Side.
Garrow always seems to have so much fun talking about his projects, which is why we probably love exploring them with him. Coming up after the break, we are heading out west to Malibu. We will see you in just a few. Welcome back, everyone. Now we're in sunny Malibu, California with designer Sarah Simon. Sarah combined custom furnishings, bright color, and lots of texture with industrial architectural details throughout the bright and open spaces. The result is a memorable hillside home with interiors that perfectly complement the stunning views of both the ocean and the valley. It's time for you to see this for yourself.
Hi everyone, my name is Sarah Simon and I am the owner of Handsome Salt Interior Design based here in fabulous Los Angeles, California, and I want to welcome you guys to 226 Moonrise Drive in wonderful Malibu. In this home, you're going to see pops of color everywhere. You're going to see lots of textures, lots of patterns. There's a lot to see in this two-story home. Let's get started. When it came to the design for this kitchen, I definitely wanted to play on the views. It's the main focus here. We put this incredible bifold window in that really extends the kitchen space. I went for hunter green cabinets that we did all along the lowers, and then we kept the uppers all a really light white oak, wanted to keep it airy. When it came to the countertops, we chose a white quartz. For the center lights over the island, I didn't want to do something that was straight linear, felt very blah to me. So we did this cluster, had them customize them in different heights, and I just think it really spices the kitchen up very nicely. Across from the kitchen, we have the dining room, and in this room, we wanted to find a table that would just really complement the space. So I had a custom table made, which I love. It's black, has the exposed wood edge. They also thought I was insane because I told them I wanted the legs powder-coated pink, but because of that, the table now has the name Sexy Flamingo. To complement the kitchen that we use the hunter green, I found these super cool cane chairs. So I got them in two different shapes, two different colors, strapped them around the table. Killer, love it. I hung these amazing concrete pendants. They are actual concrete, and guests sometimes hit their heads on them. In the living room, you'll notice that we have 180 ocean views and 180 valley views, so you get the best of both worlds when you're relaxing. Believe it or not, this is actually my favorite room in the whole entire house. The reason being is this amazing couch that I custom designed and had made to fit the space so that you can enjoy both views when you're on the couch. And then one of the biggest things I love in this room is this vintage Moroccan rug that I fell in love with that is definitely the focus point and the center of the room. For the fireplace, we wanted to stick with a concrete theme, did a Venetian plaster, wanted to keep the colors really simple with the nooks, doing them black, that way they weren't competing with anything else in the room. In the master suite, the main focus, of course, was to capture this incredible view that we have here. From this vantage point, you can see all the way up the coast to the north, all the way down to the Pacific Palisades, giving you an extra cool glimpse of the Queen's Necklace. Behind me, there's this amazingly pink wall. It's a custom Venetian plaster, and it looks phenomenal with this teal peacock bed and the black smoky lights. Underneath the bed, you're gonna notice that I have two rugs, and I really am someone that likes to layer rugs. One, I usually can't decide which rug I want, and two, because I think it definitely adds some contrast. So you can use a solid rug, but then you can throw a pattern rug right on top of it. And that concludes our tour. Thank you guys so much for joining me. You don't have to go home, but you do have to get out of here. See you later.
We are going to stick around on the West Coast to take a look at this Venice Beach design gem. But first, we're going to take a quick break, so don't go anywhere. Really quick. Welcome back, everyone. Now we're in Venice Beach with designer Kim Gordon. The property is situated on a narrow lot, and Kim created an open flow home that is flooded with natural light. She brought warmth by using a rich mix of materials throughout to create an environment that's both family friendly and creatively inspiring.
Hello, my name is Kim Gordon, and this is my newest project in the heart of Venice Beach, California. In this home, what you're going to see are long, skinny lots. The other thing that we have here is that we have floor-to-ceiling windows. So there's a lot to talk about and a lot to see. Let's get started. So when you walk in, you're greeted by this elevated kitchen. The house itself is really narrow, and I was trying to delineate the spaces so the kitchen didn't feel like it was slap up inside of the living room. So I made a step. Now we did a little trick here. We get to use the sophistication and cleanliness of marble up against the crunchy, gnarly barnwood. And this gives it this kind of sophisticated but artsy, boho, kind of Venice-y vibe in here. What's really interesting is this outstanding floor. They're handmade cement tiles, but a really, really rich color, which gives it a lot of movement. And another nice feature is this handmade structure, and then adding antique glass and antique mirror. And from this perch, you're able to see the entire house. Now, in the library, as you can see, there's amazing light in here. The windows are so fantastic in this house that we actually made a bookcase to kind of mimic it. It gives this room a real sense of symmetry. And I think one of the reasons that when they have parties that everyone congregates here is that the light is nice and the seating is very organized. And when you're done chatting in here, you can step through the French doors and onto the most romantic little patio with a fireplace. Is this back patio to die for? It feels like an extension of the house. It's super cozy and cute back here. And the fireplace adds a little heart, right? Adds a little heat. Now, to work with a tiny patio is to really work with scale. And I did a couple trippy things where I added these very large trees. But the trees themselves are lollipopping over this and giving us a cute canopy. The other thing we did was we took the tones of the floor from the inside and brought it out. So we ended up finding a lovely stone and was able to match some of the grout lines, and it really pulls the indoors right outside. And here is the master bedroom. I love its simplicity and how calming it is. Troweled walls are one of our signature kind of add-ons. We actually hand trowel some cementitious material and then wax it. So it doesn't have a super duper shine, but it really gives some depth and some movement to the walls. To achieve that indoor-outdoor feeling, we again have floor-to-ceiling windows and a terrific little patio out front that is just touching and just kissing the leaves outside. I think in all of my work, I really want people to feel like they've gone away. So if you can come home, disconnect and chill out, I really want the space to feel that way. And I think you get that here in this suite, in this space here. So there you have it. Boho meets modern meets industrial in Venice Beach, California. I'm Kim Gordon from Kim Gordon Designs, and just wait till you see our next project.
Stick around, because up next we are keeping it weird in Austin, Texas. No, not really, but we do have a pretty cool home to show you, so don't go anywhere. Welcome back. Now we're in Westlake Hills, Texas, just outside of Austin at this dramatic home designed by the firm Dick Clark & Associates. Dubbed the Bevel House, the form of the home was designed as a cohesive response to the sloping terrain. But as you see, this is a place defined by breathtaking views. And though it's just a few minutes from the bustling streets of downtown, you definitely feel like you're hours away. We join partner Kim Power for a tour.
Hi, I'm Kim Power and I'm an architect with Dick Clark & Associates here in Austin, Texas. Today we're at a home we designed affectionately known as the Bevel House, which is a beautiful contemporary home situated on a hillside in Westlake Hills that overlooks a beautiful valley. When designing this home, we took care not to harm the existing vegetation, creating a structure that seamlessly blends with nature. So let's not waste any time, follow me inside and let's get to it. As you walk through the front door, the first thing you'll notice is the door itself. One of our signature features are oversized bespoke pivot doors, which hide hinges, creating a natural flow into the home. The diagonal steel banding is a theme which continues through the rest of the project. In the entry itself, you're flanked by these massive limestone blocks that reveal fossilized patterns, giving you an instant connection to the history of the area. But this is just the entry. The best part, straight ahead. In this open concept plan, the kitchen, dining room, and living room all blend seamlessly together. It has a great high ceiling with windows that continue all the way up to the top, allowing natural light to pour in. When you're in the kitchen, the backsplash is really a unique feature. It's a window that goes between the counter and the cabinets that gives you a peek to the outside, out the front of the house. On the opposite side of the kitchen is my favorite feature in the house. It's a 10-foot tall, massive sliding glass door that pockets completely into the walls. It's set at an angle to direct you to the view, and once they're open, your living room is expanded all the way out to the pool. So we call this the Bevel House because the front of the house runs parallel to the topography lines, and the back of the house is turned at a slight angle to really address the view. And just behind me is the centerpiece of the living room. It's a continuation of the stone blocks you see in the entryway and features a fireplace that's open on 3 sides. Here in the master bedroom, the owner has kept their furnishings and decor pretty minimalistic because the room itself is a work of art. We're situated on the edge of the drop-off, so this glass corner is actually cantilevered into the treetops, which makes for a really unique feature architecturally. And just beyond is the master bath and closet. The closet is generous enough that there's enough space for clothing and storage and also display of artwork. The master bath is on the east end of the house, which brings in really warm morning light and has floor-to-ceiling glass for the freestanding tub to float in front of it. I know we touched on the view already, but I just want to share a little bit more about what we're seeing out here. We're situated up at the high end of a valley, and so all of the neighbors look out to the south. Just beyond are the beautiful treetops of Westlake Hills and the city of Austin even further than that. A vantage point like this might be more common in Los Angeles, but for the Austin area, it's really unique. Thank you so much for joining me here at the Bevel House today. I really enjoyed showing you around, and every time I come up here, it's just so inspiring and peaceful. And it's so beautiful out, I think I might need to work by the pool for the rest of the day. I'll see ya.
Speaking of homes with views, you are not going to want to miss our next property high above the city streets. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Now we're at this sprawling penthouse in southern Tribeca with designer John Barman. John took the city as his inspiration and using his color acumen and distinct eye, orchestrated an interior that feels cohesive, exciting, and soothingly celestial.
I'm interior designer John Barman. Welcome to my client's apartment in downtown New York, close to the World Trade Center. This 6,500 square foot penthouse has taken 2 years to come to fruition. It's contemporary and colorful, though sophisticated, and I'm excited to show you around. I'm known for my sophisticated use of color. So once I established the layout, it was time to work on the palette. For the living room, I developed this neutral gray background. Then I added these vibrant purple sofas, which I knew would contrast well with the gray carpeting. I then echoed the purple in the veins of the marble mantel. And I used these lush gray pillows with purple highlights that literally tie the color palette together. For lighting, I used this custom-designed starburst chandelier. It brings sparkle and light into the room and also designates the space. The focus of the dining room is, of course, the table. I paired the white lacquer tabletop with these contemporary chairs with a purple leaf motif. Purple being a theme throughout the space. It had to be comfortable for seating a lot of people, but also be a wow factor in the space. I also put in a 12-foot sideboard with plenty of storage. Because this is New York, you can never have enough storage. To complete the space, I put in this circular Mercator ebony table. It takes advantage of this windowed alcove and gives a sense of balance to the space. But I knew I needed one more element to make the great room really shine. So I decided on lacquer walls that are sleek, sexy, and reflect all this light. My favorite projects are those that really challenge me. They bring out my most inspired design. And this penthouse has exceeded even my expectations. I hope you've enjoyed the tour.
Thanks for watching. Like what you see on the show? Well, be sure to subscribe to our channel. We have so many more beautiful homes to share. All about love. Share these homes, you know?